Okay, so we're getting to the last of this affidavit. The receiver is talking about how other reasons why it should not be, the receivership should not end, because um, the Weavers have said that they have identified a quality CFO to run the company and assist with the management. However, there are no available funds to pay the qualified CFO. He said they told him that they have a accounting firm that's willing to assist. The accounting firm says you owe us a lot of money. We're not willing to assist with anything except payment of our our bills, our invoices that you owe us. They said without a substantial retainer, we're not doing nothing but trying to collect. Cause you owe us, girl. You owe a lot. He said they the Weavers said that they're gonna have a board that will um keep checks and balances. He said two of y'all are on the board. The third person that's on the board told me that y'all have withheld financial information from him. Now how you gonna withhold from the man that's on the board with you, girl? What are you doing? He said Fawn has indicated that multiple shareholders have asked that she be returned to being in charge of the company. He said that may be true because you have over 200 shareholders. He said, however, I know of more than a dozen shareholder groups that have indicated they do not want me to take any action that will return Fawn Weaver to control of this company. Many of those shareholders have threatened to sue the company and Fawn for things that they feel are fraudulent. Oh, I didn't know he was going to put this part in. Number 60. The Weaver parties also criticized me for not recovering financial records that were allegedly erased from the company's computer system in early 2024 under the Weavers' watch. The recovery of that data has proved more difficult because we believe that the company's financial data was hosted in a QuickBooks account owned by Grant Sidney, not the company. Since Grant Sidney is not yet a part of this receivership, we cannot confirm the status of the account with Intuit. There are also some questions about who actually deleted the financial records to begin with. Some employees blame other accounting employees for deleting the records, while some employees blame Ms. Weaver for deleting the records. He coming out and telling the stuff that's the stuff, and that's gonna get some people in trouble. He said, I am working to recover those records without the inclusion of Grant Sidney, but that task will be much simpler if the court grants me the authority over Grant Sidney. He also goes on to say about the status of investigations of potential causes of action against former employees, officers, directors, lenders, all that kind of stuff. He said, I just started that 4 weeks ago because my first priority was to stabilize the spending of this company. That was my first priority. He said, but at this point in the investigation, I have uncovered a number of questionable financial and legal transactions. I have identified some of the participants in those transactions, but at this juncture, I am not prepared to file any causes of action. He's trying to be careful. He said, however, I do not believe that I have identified and or eliminated all potential defendants. Until I get further in my investigation, it would be imprudent of me to file a complaint that might need to be amended multiple times. He said, I got some of y'all, but I'm trying to get every last person that's involved in the bullshit all in the complaint together so that everybody gets their counsel together at the same time. He said, I know in some of their filings, the Weavers have attempted to use my statements and prior pleadings to exonerate themselves from any liability. I want to be clear. I am not prepared to bring any causes of actions against the Weaver parties. Neither am I prepared to represent to this court that they did not personally benefit from the company or otherwise cause redressable injury to the company. He says my investigation is ongoing, it's early, so any other statements will be premature. I'm gonna try to get done with this because it's some cold brew feral cats that are gonna give you all of the stuff. You can look at it with your eyeballs, and he gonna give his little synopsis under it. So make sure you go to bourbonandrye.club.com and read. And Shelbyville now is probably gonna upload the documents as well. This last part, he says, the Weavers have tried to parse my representation at the beginning of the receivership that the company lacked funds for its payroll. That statement is true. On the first Wednesday of this receivership, a representative from Genesis Global, the company's payroll processor, called me and asked if I was aware that payroll was due that day. I said that I was not aware that it was and asked how much it would be to fund the payroll. Genesis indicated that payroll was due in the approximate amount of $450,000. I was aware that the company only had $250,000 in its bank account. I asked Genesis how the company had been making payroll previously. They indicated that they had been fronting the payroll as a loan to the company and to the Weavers. I asked Genesis, would they continue that procedure? I was told that they would front the difference in the first payroll only, premise on my promise that I could quickly pay those funds back from farm credit advances. So that's kind of how he ended his affidavit, is saying, me and Genesis is cool now. I'm getting them their money when Farm Credit gives me the money, and that's how it works out. And so the next 30 pages are full of exhibits, emails and whatnot. Child, I don't know how I'm gonna make it to Knoxville, but I feel like I need to be in Knoxville. I'm just it's just weighing heavy on my heart to pay $900 to be somewhere for maybe 5 hours. I got to figure out how to get these 22,000 airline miles from American. If y'all know somebody at American with a buddy pass, tell them to call me. So I don't have to spend my $900. Okay, that's all. Maybe I'll go live and I'll raise some money like Tamar and Santana. That was not nice. But yeah, that's the documents. If Farm Credit and the Weavers put their stuff up tonight, I don't know that my brain can process no more documents tonight. But I might. I don't know. We'll see.